Good morning, it's Rose here again. Hope everybody's gonna have a great day. Today is a really good day. It's nice and bright outside and sunny. I don't think we have any thunderstorms or rain coming, which is really nice. We didn't have any rain yesterday either, which is really nice. Yesterday I was super productive, which was really nice to be super productive. Um, like I said, I was going to do some Christmas things and see if I can get some nostalgia. And what I did is I made some jingle bells art, and I literally made it, and it was so fun. It was a set of bells next to a lantern, next to a bird, and then a nice blue what's it called, blue ornament with a pine tree, right, on a blue background. It is so amazing, and I listed it on eBay already, so it's already on there. And another piece that I made yesterday was more relaxed and stuff. It was a man walking on snow through a Christmas tree lot. So he had the Christmas trees and and then he's walking through, and it was amazing. That one was a challenge to make because I wasn't sure about the colors, and I didn't want to do too detailed of a face, so I made him where he could be anybody. So he is just like a light skinned face and stuff like that with no facial features or anything. And I like that idea. That one already got, like, I think I got one watcher already, which is pretty nice to see. So that's really nice because the whole point of what I'm doing is to age these pieces so that by the time the holidays come around, they should have some volume, some data, or, algorithm data are surrounding them so that they can look better to the algorithm around that time because the titles will be aged. I don't know. I'm hoping that this works. There's no telling. I saw a reseller said that this works and this could help in the future. So I'm kind of trying this out. Plus, the nostalgic of doing Christmas and winter themed art is really fun. And then it also feels kind of contrary to what the coach was saying to do because it feels so much more natural and it feels so much more fun. I think when I first started, it was like December, and I did like a set of snowman. And then my ex best friend, she was like, "That looks so weird. You should put glasses on it. It doesn't look like you. It doesn't look weird. It looks weird enough." And I was like, "Okay, like thanks for putting my first thing down instantly." But see, that's why she's now an ex friend, and it's amazing how I keep like mentioning and thinking about her, but it's mostly because there's like so many gifts in our home that she gave us that we still use. So I have to get rid of those gifts and those things before I can like actually like kick her out completely. But still, you know, I try to remember the good things, but it's kind of hard because I'm still overwhelmed by the bad stuff. And that's okay though. That's how grief works. That's how grief works. You remember when you lose someone on bad circumstances, on a bad end, you're going to remember only the bad. But when you lose them on a positive ending, you're going to remember the good. Like when my mother passed away, I can tell you every great thing possible about her and barely anything bad because that's all I want to remember. I don't want to remember the crazy stuff that we had to go through as a mom and a daughter, you know? I want to remember, you know, I'm her only child and she's a single parent. I don't have a father in my life. I want to remember those things and stuff and enjoy those things like our last Christmases and Christmas before that one. And all of those, I want to focus on that, not personally on anything else. And so, let me turn off my alarm. I want to focus on those things. And that's like the whole point of family and stuff. And the nostalgic of doing Christmas stuff is really fun because it just brings me back to happiness and to joy. I think maybe I'll even go and get the glue book and like do a flip through and y'all can see what I'm talking about because it's a huge glue book. It's huge. It's thick and it's really big. it's really heavy. But it was fun. And to create art based on those things that I was doing is really awesome because I would have never thought about this. And I think that that's like a blessing to think, like, okay, to see a reseller say, hey, make holiday stuff right now during this cool off season so that by the time the holiday comes, you're already ready. You already have a store full of it. And eBay will already know you got the stuff. And then best yet, the guy piece that I made, which I anticipated because it's more so uniform. It's more relaxed and stuff, so it doesn't feel like the holiday, but it is the holiday. He already got a watcher, which is really nice. He already got, I think, like 9 views, which is pretty rare. But I haven't listed that many things. And so my followers probably got like a notification that I finally listed something. Anyways, so my plan is to create maybe 2, I'm hoping 3 pieces. One is going to be a super neo-expressionism piece of a green Santa Claus. My husband challenged me. He was like, why not make a green Santa Claus? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. So it's really cool, awesome, crazy funny. I cannot wait to make it. I love making nostalgic pieces like these 3. You know, these nostalgic, haha, like neo-expressionist pieces that are like these 3 with the big teeth and big eyes and stuff like that. And this is gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny to make. Especially because I'm making it like 18 by 24. So it's gonna be huge, colorful, big. And then I'm gonna use my markers, my acrylic markers that I just bought, to add on to it and to do the mark making around the face and stuff like that. So I'll still classify it as an oil pastel, even though the mark making will be in a different thing. But that should be fun. And then the other one is going to be the other 2 that I want to make are more so serious, but still expressionism and stuff. One's going to be a woman. One's going to be a woman next to like more relaxed and stuff like that. I just want to make art that feels like the holiday and to feel that pressure within me, right? And one rule I have, because these pieces are so big and they're hard to store, I can't just store them like I normally would store my 11 by 14s, which is just stacking them up in bags. I have to actually store these into a folder and lay them flat, make sure they don't touch each other or get any like messing up. I'm listing them as soon as I'm done. So the things I made yesterday, they're listed already. And then the things I make today will be listed before I go to bed. Point blank, period. So be sure to check out the store for the next couple days, because I know I'm gonna make at least 10 pieces, and I'm already about to start the next 3. So I know I'm gonna make at least 10, hopefully more, hopefully 15. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is that I'm having a blast stepping into my Christmas element and enjoying Christmas time in the middle of heat and sweating and stuff. And it's just fun. It's just pure fun. Another thing I'm hoping to do is I saw that Whatnot has a rehearsal mode. And I'm gonna try that today and hopefully schedule out a Whatnot live show for Wednesday of next week. I like Wednesdays. It's like comfy. I just like Wednesdays. You know, I'm gonna try to do that, schedule it out, because I have a couple followers already on Whatnot, but they for the jewelry, so at least they'll know that this isn't a jewelry show. This is an art show and stuff. I gotta make all the listings and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm hoping to do after I do at least 2 pieces of art, and I've listed 2 pieces of art, and then the third one will decide if I do it or not. But it depends on what's going on with my babies and stuff like that. We're gonna try to make the game Chutes and Ladders into like a math game for my daughters, because they want to practice their multiplication tables and stuff. So we're gonna hope that we can come up with something nice for that, because that's a blast. We did it with the Uno. Now we're gonna try it with Chutes and Ladders, because that's a fun game that all me and my girls really like to play. Mostly my older daughter wins, because she's really good at throwing dice. We don't use this, but we use dice. Okay, so we're gonna hope that that works out. But today's gonna be a busy, fun, exciting day. I still need to rebrand my LinkedIn page and I need to start posting. I read somewhere that you're supposed to post like 5 times a day. And I'm like, would LinkedIn support me posting 5 times a day? I need to do research on that because I don't know if I would. I don't know if that would feel intense or if that would feel progressive or if that would be like accepted, you know? Because I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm going to research that. I think there's like a couple books on Amazon that I can like buy and stuff. I'm a book person. I like to actually read the books and like highlight and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what I can find. Maybe I can find some used books and grab some of those. My confidence is back up. Can you tell? Because I was so burnt out on Monday and I think Tuesday as well. And I was feeling kind of depressed and sad and like down on my own skill level and stuff. But I think when you bring in the holidays into your life and you bring in that nostalgic feeling of a season that you enjoy, you're going to feel better. So here's my encouragement for artists today. I think beyond keep moving forward in our careers, don't feel stuck by the normal and instead find your normal. I think that I got so in my headspace of trying to do one thing or another, either mimicking artists that I admired, or mimic or following the instructions of that course creator, or thinking that I couldn't do anything and trying to just turn something into something when I already knew what that something was. I like doing eBay. I got burnt out because I was following the eBay structure of someone else that I knew I didn't like anymore. That just wasn't doing work, just wasn't working for me anyway. And so going on my own pathway and figuring out that, seeing evidence of, hey, do Christmas stuff, let it age for the holiday, and just have fun with it and be okay with that and enjoy that process. I could easily make a huge, like, summer piece, but I prefer the holiday. I prefer Christmas. And this is so fun. I cannot wait for you guys to see the funny things I'm making and the emotional things I'm making for this season. So it's going to be a blast, and I'm having a blast. So that means you should be having a blast too, because if I'm having it, you're having it, right? I mean, hello. So, my biggest advice is to not let other people define what you make all the time and instead just enjoy your process and keep moving forward. Even when we have our slumps and our downs, we can get out of them within 24 hours because we're strong. If we can do art, we're super strong because a lot of people don't want to do what we do. No matter what tools you use, from music to dancing to pens to papers to computers to anything, whatever art tool is your passion and your medium, don't let other people define how you do your medium. Like right now, my little girl, she likes to dance and stuff like that, and I want to get her a dance class. I'm not going to stop her from dancing, but I am going to try to guide her to become a better dancer. And that's just me wanting to help. Well, let's help each other become better artists, okay? And motivate each other to be amazing because we're naturally already amazing. Yesterday, my sister, like best friend, she said when I was telling her about how I'm gonna let these pieces age even though they're holiday season, she's like, "Dang girl, you like the eBay queen. Like I can't believe I didn't even think about that." And it was just like the sweetest thing ever to be called because my son and my husband already like applaud me for my hard effort. But to have someone on the outside say it too, it just feels so good, don't it? So I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever's listening, you're a great artist. Period. That's it. No matter what you do, you're a great artist. See you later.